Hit that like, comment below, subscribe if you got some time. It's your boy Casual Rail with the Silent A podcast. And for this, let's get straight into it. She's the $8 million woman. $8 million guaranteed, pushing the envelope for the sport of women's boxing. Salute to Claressa the GWOAT Shields. Definitely deserve it. Definitely have earned it. And shout out to boxing, sport of boxing, for getting that right. She honestly deserves more, but we got to start somewhere, and we might as well make history. What does this mean for the sport of boxing for women? To me, it means a couple of things. Number one, it shows that there is a market there. There is a profit share there for women to get their fair, just due pay in the sport of boxing. It also means there's more room to grow, meaning that Claressa is showing current female fighters how to grow their fan base and grow their market share in this sport. You got to have the skills to pay the bills. That's first. Put in that hard work, put in that dedication, hone your craft, and then grow your brand. Not everybody has a mouthpiece, but you can still grow the brand in multiple ways, whether that's by looks, where you appear at, your social media output, videos, you name it. She's showing you that growing your connection with your fans helps support you to get the right fights and the right share of money in this sport. Same thing for men's boxing. You got to have a mouthpiece and you got to have skills. You got to have a brand. You got to have the looks. You got to build yourself. It takes a total package. And that's what Claressa's showing the other female fighters. Second part of that is with this type of share, right? $8 million guaranteed. Now, not everybody's going to get $8 million guaranteed. Got it. Good. But that means there is good money still in this sport. And hopefully this will expand the talent pool and the depth of female fighting. What I mean by that, there's competition out there, right? There's the WNBA, there's softball, volleyball, you name it. Obviously, there's soccer. Soccer is huge. But pushing the envelope for this kind of pay is very competitive, and the sport of female boxing may be able to steal some of the top talent out there, get some of those top athletes to come over to the sport and make it even more competitive than what it is. Get more depth in the ranks, expand the divisions, and get more talent to choose from and to fight from. If the pay is there, you'll always get the talent to show up. When boxing was in its greatest, its prime, especially for men's fighting, they had good pay and the competition was limited, right? We had some of the best athletes in the sport of boxing, especially in the U.S., and growing that sport and giving us some of the best fights you could see, growing it to be number one. And then came along the NBA, NFL, MLB, you name it, soccer. And then those contracts and the paydays went out the roof, taking a lot of that talent away. So if you want the sport to grow, you got to pay them competitively against the competition. And that competition is the other sports brand. I believe female boxing is in a great position because I believe the pay pool is within grasp for them. Now, for men's boxing, they got a ways to go, but it's growing and it's growing quick, and they're making a good dent against the competition. But back to female fighting. This $8 million contract will hopefully pull in others and grow that talent base and grow that pool where we'll get a better product and even more entertaining fights, and more importantly, more women fights to choose from and to see. So what's next for Claressa the GWOAT Shields? This $8 million contract. I was not impressed with it being with Salida Promotions. I believe they could do better promo for her. I believe that she carries a lot on her shoulders and does a lot of it herself in that Midwest, growing her base there. Obviously fighting in Detroit a lot. She's from Flint, pulling in for the Chicago base, you name it. That's smart, right? Growing that hometown foundation. That's smart. That's smart for any fighter. And I believe she's doing a lot of it herself. I believe some of the promo I've seen Salida do for her has been a little bit lackluster, having some of her press conferences in shaky places, like in a gym, a high school gym at that, from one of them. I just think they could do more for her and better for her. She's the GWOAT and the best fighter in female fighting. Hopefully with this new contract, this new venture, they give her better promo and better looks and help her out some. And that's no disrespect to Salida. That's just my opinion from outside looking in. But with that said, big fights got to happen now, right? $8 million, you got to get that return on investment and continue to grow her to a $20 million fighter. I believe everybody really wants that Alicia Baumgartner fight. I don't see it happening. The weight class is too different. And honestly, Alicia doesn't want any parts of that. You can see her in any of her interviews. She already knows that that weight class is too big of a gap, and Clarissa's not on her radar. The Katie Taylors, the Amanda Serrano, same situation. But what we do have is some women in grasp. Now, February 2026, she's supposed to come back with a keep busy fight. I'm going to say keep busy at this time, and dropping down to light heavyweight and get a good return fight. After that clears up, I believe there's some big names in the likes of 3 to round out this 2-year contract. One of those being her old friend, Cruz DeJean. Franchon Cruz is a hell of a fighter and will give you an entertaining fight, win, lose, or draw. She's going to give you a bang for your buck. Savannah Marshall just took a hard loss to Shadasia Green, just returning to the sport, but that would be a good fight as well. But more importantly, I'm more interested in this one, and I think this is her big fight. Outside of Alicia Baumgartner, I think this is the biggest fight that she can make right now. And further push the envelope, further push the needle, and get a big fight, maybe even pay-per-view, with the likes of Shadasia Green. Shadasia has shown that she's maturing and becoming a great fighter herself, coming good, getting more confident, letting her hands go. I think that'll be a good fight. I believe Claressa Shields will win it, but I think it'll be an event and a big card. It could be an all-women's card and pay-per-view at that. I think with that kind of fight and these 3 kind of names within grasp of the weight class, I think that $8 million investment is healthy, and we can push that even further to a $20 million investment in her next round. Because from there, in these next 2 years, I believe, other athletes seeing this type of investment and a type of push in females boxing will bring in some of that other talent from other sports and grow the depth and get more names. And more importantly, maybe get some of the other fighters to take risk and move up to challenge her for that throne. I think we're in a good spot. We're in a good place. Salute to Claressa the GWOAT Shields for continuing to push the envelope and make history and showing the others. It takes 2. It takes skills to pay the bills, and then it takes branding. It takes a mouthpiece. It takes the looks. It takes both. And this is for men and women's men and women's boxing, right? Got a lot of people out there, they just want to box, and then wonder why they can't get the big fights because you're not branding yourself. You got to talk a little bit. You got to be out there on social media. But more importantly, you got to connect with your fans and build that home base. Take a lesson from Claressa. Learn this is how you do it. Hard work and dedication, also combined with branding and preparation, will get you the contracts that you want and the fights you need to be the best fighter you are. Anyways, we talked too long on this. Hit that like, comment below, subscribe if you got some time. We appreciate that love. Until the next time. Peace.